Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, Timothy J. Jones. And yes, I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. If you just tuned in, it is halftime, and the New Orleans Saints trail the Las Vegas Raiders by a score of 13-10. The New Orleans Saints defense is in Cancun right now. I mean, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, they cannot stop a nosebleed right now. I mean, you got members of the secondary getting torched. You got, your interior can't wrap up, can't tackle. It's just bad, man. I mean, you would think that the Saints defense would be, the bright spot of the team. There's nobody missing on this team defensively for the most part. I mean, you no longer have Paulson Adebo and you don't have Marshawn Lattimore. He was traded, but I mean, you still got your front seven. And these guys, I mean, they have got to do an overhaul, man. I mean, I think I've seen enough from a lot of these guys. And, I know that the play ended up being a 4th and 1. But when I look at Demario Davis, when he was chasing down the running back, I want to say it was Alexander Madison. I mean, that easily could have been a first down. Luckily they were able to get him out of bounds. But there was a time where I knew that Demario Davis would have had him dead to rights if they were about 2 or 3 years ago. The Saints just need to get younger defensively, and they need another defensive coordinator. Joe Woods, to me, is the Pete Carmichael of defense. Just a guy that the Saints hired because Dennis Allen was the one that's supposed to be calling the plays defensively. And he was a guy that was just supposed to kind of contribute, but not, be calling plays throughout the totality of the game. So I don't expect for Joe Woods to be the defensive coordinator of the Saints next year. Well, I would hope that he wouldn't. I mean, ain't no telling with the New Orleans Saints. I mean, we know that Mickey Loomis looks beyond the results. So maybe he sees Joe Woods as a promising defensive coordinator. Maybe the next, I don't know, the next Buddy Ryan or something like that. But all in all, man, this defense is really wetting the bed. The time of possession belongs to the Raiders, almost 20 minutes of time of possession to the Saints, maybe like 10 and some change. And, the New Orleans Saints offensively, they're shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, it's plain and simple. They're shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, you get a big play down the field to Juwan Johnson. He can't hold on to the football. I'm done with Juwan Johnson. I don't care. Like, I know that he caught a couple passes. He hurdled a guy. And I know people like to, try to make a point when you make a statement. I tweeted and said that Juwan Johnson, we've seen enough out of him. The Saints have given him ample opportunities to, be what he needs to be. And he is not it. All right. He's a wide receiver, that's masquerading as a tight end. He's a wide receiver that's about 10, 15 pounds bigger. That's just what he is. Right. So miss me with all that stuff about if he start making plays to try to retweet me and be like, you were saying, I'm going to say the same thing. 2 or 3 good plays does not negate the fact that this guy is not a reliable tight end. All right. I mean, the sun shines on the dogs behind every now and then. All right. A clock is right twice a day. The Saints need to get better at tight end. I like with Foster Moreau, but they need somebody else that can complement him. All right. They need somebody else that can come in, that can be that pass catching tight end, that can be able to catch those passes in traffic to be that reliable tight end that the New Orleans Saints need. Kendre Miller. I like him a lot. I think he has talent, but it just seems to me he doesn't know what he's doing out there. That's the reason why he's not getting snaps. That's the reason why I feel like he's not finding the right hole. Pause. I don't know what it is, right? Somebody needs to get with him and help him to understand the magnitude of the moment that he is in. You have an opportunity to be that backup complimentary to Alvin Kamara, and he's squandering it. And quite frankly, he's squandering it because I don't feel like he's really putting in the effort. And you can tell. Like, you can go and you can watch. He looks lost in translation. There are opportunities where he needs to cut it back. He's trying to follow the offensive lineman. This is a guy that's in his head right now, and he's in his head because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Clyde Edwards-Helaire looks better than him, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire only got like in a game in spurts, right? Because Clyde Edwards-Helaire understands how to pass protect. Clyde Edwards-Helaire understands when to cut back, when not to cut back. And even Jamal Williams has found some positive yards. the Saints have shot themselves in the foot offensively due to the offensive line. You get a big play down the field. Spencer Rattler connects with Juwan Johnson, would have put the ball at the one, maybe even a challenge, would have got a touchdown. It goes back because of an illegal formation. Illegal shift. Then all of a sudden, like, you get another big play down the field that would have got positive yards and a first down with Jamal Williams, and it's holding. The New Orleans Saints are a very undisciplined football team. So whoever the next head coach is for this football team, I just hope and pray that he brings a level of discipline to the offensive line. I understand that you're shorthanded. I understand that it's a bunch of guys that are backups. But at the same time, you got to have a level of discipline. You have an opportunity to be winning this game by at least a touchdown. I mean, if Juwan Johnson catches the football, at best, you getting 3 points with Blake Groupie if you don't score a touchdown. You get a deep pass down the field to Juwan Johnson. At best, you get yourself another field goal. So those are opportunities that have been squandered by the New Orleans Saints, and you combine the fact that the defense is doing absolutely nothing and has done nothing in the first half. I mean, you're making it hard on this team to find prosperity. And you're also giving confidence to a guy in Aiden O'Connell and giving him an opportunity to connect with his receivers. I mean, Aiden O'Connell is out there looking like, the second coming of Joe Montana. And it's because his defense, to me, is not getting pressure. And it's safe to say that the guys that they have up front are not getting it done. Now, I don't know if it's the scheme or what, but these guys aren't getting pressure on a quarterback. If they do get pressure, that's about it. But if you get your hands on a quarterback, you got to be able to bring them down. There was a play where, Chase Young had his hands on Aiden O'Connell. He spins off of him, throws the ball downfield, connects with his wide receiver for a big play. And, enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. You got to be able to revamp this defense. They need to get younger and faster. It's like watching football players run in cement right now. No disrespect to them. They've been great players. They've been bold soldiers in the league for a very long time. But it just happens. It happens to the best of us. When you've been super athletic, you had those young legs, you were able to leap out the gym, you were able to run really fast, you were able to be instinctive, with the snap of a finger. And then all of a sudden, you get a little bit older, those reflexes start to slow down a little bit. I mean, it's just the reality. I'm not saying that these guys can't play. They can, but the Saints have got to get better. I just think that this is embarrassing that you allowed the Raiders to go down the field 94 yards. Now, think about this. The Green Bay Packers marched down the field last week or on Monday, 96 yards. You allowed an inept offense in the Raiders to march down the field 94 yards on you. That's embarrassing. That's absolutely embarrassing. Now, I already said it and I already conceded, us looking at this team and thinking that they're any different from the Raiders at this point, I just think that you're lying to yourself. I think that the Saints are in this type of territory because of bad management, bad cap management, and honestly, bad coaching, bad scouting, etc., etc. These are your New Orleans Saints. But I expect for these guys to continue to try to go out there and try to give the home fans. I mean, I'm actually shocked at the turnout in the Superdome on today. People have come out here, the final game of the season, to root on this team because they still believe that this team is worth paying attention to. Now, I am very, very impressed with Spencer Rattler. I'm very impressed with Spencer Rattler. I think that Spencer Rattler has done an outstanding job in this game. The drops, were not his fault. He has put the ball where it needed to be. He's making really good decisions. He's not forcing the issue. And I think this is the type of game that he needs to build his confidence. Because once again, you're going up against a murderous row of defensive teams, and these teams are some of the best. And you start to second guess yourself and wonder, am I good enough? Am I preparing well enough? And this game right here, you got two teams that are not very good. And this gives them an opportunity to kind of see the field and make some plays and start to build on confidence. I think that this is definitely Spencer Rattler's best game as a professional, and it's definitely not his fault that the Saints don't have the lead right now. But let me go ahead and let you all know that the State of the Saints podcast is powered by BETUS. You can sign up today, get up to 150% on your first deposit, up to 125% on your second and third deposit, up to $2,000. All you have to do is use the promo code YouTube150. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. It says, TJ, send me that jersey you got on. Well, you know what I'm saying? This is just a little demo jersey, man. You know, I'll just be trying to be a little creative with a few things. So, you know, this is actually one that I created, you know, the SOTS baseball jersey. So, you know, maybe, you know, so I'll probably put them in rotation soon, you know, and maybe, you know, say we can work something out here. Says God Abdullah looking like a power back. Yeah, Amir Abdullah looking like he had Nebraska right now. Same song and dance. Yeah, pretty much, man. I mean, when you're bad, you're bad. I think that we, you know, we as fans just have to come to grips with the fact that this is a bad football team. They're not very good. And I know it's just been years of them being relevant, but they're playing some irrelevant football right now. I mean, that's just the reality of it. I do want to acknowledge the individuals that donated. The handsome nerd, thank you very much for the $4.99. Says, can we talk about how bad Taylor has been this year? He leads the NFL in yards allowed. Yeah, he's been pretty bad, man. But I think it has a lot to do with the fact he spent a year and a half trying to play the nickel. And I understand that he has played in maybe like 6 or 7 games, you know, on the outside. But I think that maybe he has become a better nickel than he has an outside corner. And it's probably because he put so much emphasis and so much effort into it. I can remember him going, you know, talking after practice, telling people to be patient with him in the nickel. You know, he's still trying to figure it out. It's something he hasn't done in a long time. And, you know, he has gotten better. He was having a really good season as a nickel. Like he would have been like one of the best nickels in football if everything would have panned out. If Lattimore would have stayed healthy and Adebo would have stayed healthy, I think you would have seen a better secondary. The handoff to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he breaks one tackle. He gets past the line of scrimmage, but he gets about 1 yard there. Says the Sun, thank you very much for $2. Says, I do shine on the dog every now and then. Exactly. You definitely do. And, you know, that's the way I feel about Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson said that he is him. I don't know if that's his middle name or something like that, but it's definitely because of his play on the field. I'm very disappointed. I mean, I ain't never seen somebody fumble a bag like that. They basically wanted him to be their star tight end. He couldn't do it. That was a pressure pass. Good catch right there by Juwan Johnson. Gets the first down after Spencer Rattler takes a hit. Like I said, this game doesn't change my opinion about no Juwan Johnson. It just don't. It doesn't at all. It doesn't at all. Like, you know, I just think you can get a lot. I think you can get a lot better. Like me personally, I would prefer, you know, Foster Moreau getting the majority of these snaps from him. It's that he ain't it, bro. All right, we got player in motion, gets pressure, throws the ball down the field. That one's connected, and that one too is to, I want to say that's to Juwan Johnson again. Man, Spencer Rattler is spinning his football right now. He's making really good decisions now, and I agree. Thank you for that, B Creole. B Creole says, "What about us, Dallin Holker?" I'm not objective to that either. Not objective to seeing Dallin Holker, in a more of a larger role. And I honestly just feel like it probably has something to do with the pecking order and the money that these guys are getting. Because Dallin Holker rarely ever see the field. All right, so he throws it out to Juwan Johnson on the screen pass, gets a few yards on the play. So now they're giving him a heavy dose of Juwan Johnson right now, you know, trying to give Juwan Johnson an opportunity. You know, I mean, if you get yourself, you know, 2 really good tight ends, you can get yourself like, you know, a 2 tight end set, kind of like what New England was with Hernandez and Gronkowski, you know, but I would like to see Spencer Rattler with better talent. You know, I think that I've seen some really good points today. Now, this game is still early. It's not over yet, but he's making some better decisions, and I think he's a little bit more comfortable. He throws the ball down the field. That's a little bit too high right there, and that's a penalty it shouldn't have been, in my opinion. You know, I don't think that should have been a penalty. I mean, I don't even want to be biased on that. I don't think that should have been a penalty. That's kind of a little bit of a bailout right there for the Saints. You had Spencer Rattler that kind of threw the ball a little bit too high and you have a Raiders player basically, trying to attack the football. All right, so let's see what they got. Yep. So they're gonna say it's fourth down. Yeah, I agree. That shouldn't have been a penalty at all. I mean, you got to put the ball. He had it, but he put it up a little bit too high, too high. I mean, you gotta put it on his numbers right there. So that kind of exposes him. So I'm glad they kind of picked that up. All right, so you got Matthew Hayball. Yeah, that was probably the worst throw that Spencer Rattler threw in this game today. You got to put the ball down and the numbers right there. If he would have did that, then more than likely it would have been a first down. All right, so Matthew Hayball punts. All right, he signaled for a fair catch. Mil Idula signal for a fair catch. So, all right. But anyway, I think that he was I think that Spencer Rattler is playing pretty well in this game. What's your thoughts about the NFL draft on young players from college, TJ? I need a real solution on offensive and defensive lineman for our team and next season for real. I need a new head coach. Well, to me, Jeremiah, I think they got some talented guys. I think the Saints definitely need help on the interior. They need somebody that's going to be able to stop the run. I like Brian Brzee. I think that he provides help when it comes to the pass rush, but I just think that he's a liability in the run game. That's the reason I feel like he can't be on the field all 3 downs. And I'm also lobbying, advocating for the New Orleans Saints to maybe push him to the outside. I think that if you push him to the outside and maybe have him as like a pass rusher defensive end, maybe if you want to keep Granderson or something like that, then I think that would be a good combination. And if you want to draft a guy like Mason Graham out of Michigan to maybe go into the inside alongside Colin Saunders or something like that, I think that would be great as well. Or you can maybe get a really good run stuffing defensive tackle that's not as expensive in free agency. But I don't think that Nate Shepard is doing the job. I don't think that Brian Brzee, as good as he has been when it comes to the pass rush, has done the job. So I think that the Saints may need to look at Mason Graham. There's also some other talented players that they can look at. Will Johnson, he's another guy. The cornerback out of Michigan. He's a player that I feel like can provide something for the New Orleans Saints. Maybe you develop Kool-Aid McKinstry and maybe put him on the outside alongside Kool-Aid, or have a little rotation with Paulson Adebo. That is what I feel like the New Orleans Saints need to do. But whatever they do, it needs to be very smart and very cerebral decisions that they're making. They got to take their time and make sure that they're making the right decisions. No more whiffs, no more what could be's and what should be's. No, I can see him as a defensive end if he's a defensive tackle. No, I can see him as a right tackle when he playing center. None of that. All right. Let's get guys that are already proven products and specialize at their position and draft them so they can specialize at that same position with your football team. That is the reason why I think the New Orleans Saints have stunk over the last couple of years when it comes to these draft selections, because they're trying to make guys something they are not. And by the time they are what they need them to be, guess what? It's time for them to go. And that other team just going to sign them to do what they were supposed to do in the first place when they drafted them out of college. Does what they're doing with Zach Bond. So I just say, man, if a guy is a defensive end and he is a pass rushing defensive end in college, let him be a pass rushing defensive end in a pros. Don't try to make him a linebacker. Don't make him weak size Sam or Will. Just let him rush the passer. That's all I'm saying. If he can't be a Mike, Will, or Sam from the jump, just leave him alone. All right. Just get people that's going to work and make sense. Stop making these nonsensical decisions, trying to make guys something that they're not. Everywhere you look on the New Orleans Saints team, you see a bunch of guys that aren't what they were in college. They basically, conform to a certain position. So of course they're not going to be their best. Aiden O'Connell, pressure. Gets caught. That's for Tucker, and Tucker gets a few yards on the play. Yeah. Ask a bum, is Jeremy Shockey available? I doubt it. Man. TJ, I'm glad you seen the light on Joe Woods. Man, look, I ain't never I ain't never been no fan of no Joe Woods like that. Like, I mean, I ain't never like. First off, I ain't never knew what he can be anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always expected that he would just, just basically a juicy fruit duty type dude. Just a part of the staff because Dennis Allen was calling plays, kind of similar to Pete Carmichael. Yeah, he can do it every now and then. You know what I'm saying? If you ask him to do it, but game in, game out, week in, week out, he's not going to be able to put together a game plan that suffice. So that's what I see from him. And as I look at this team, allow Amir Abdullah just run up and down the field on him like this dude back in Nebraska. I mean, Amir Abdullah been in the league for almost 10 years. I'm pretty sure he has. It's just been, it's sad, man. If Glenn becomes a new head coach, what you think he can bring to the table? Familiarity. That's it. Like they, I don't know, man. A really good teacher, I guess. I just don't look. I think that Aaron Glenn could be a good coach. I just don't think he a good fit. Deep pass down the field and on Kool-Aid McKinstry, good defense on Jacoby Myers right there. But I just think that he's not a good fit. Like people think that, I don't think that he'll be a good coach. No, I want to see somebody thrive. Like you can have people that's really good at a certain job, but if you're not giving them that job, then they're going to not look the part. I think the Saints need somebody that's going to be able to work with what the Saints have, make them formidable while they're navigating through these bad cap issues. And I don't think that Aaron Glenn is that guy. I think Aaron Glenn can end up like if you go to the Jaguars, they got a decent salary cap. If you go to, I don't know, let's just say the Titans want to move on or the Raiders want to move on. Like, try to go to a team that gives you a fresh start. Like, I feel like if we're going to be judging Aaron Glenn, like judge him, on a fair basis here. Like you wouldn't be judging this guy on a fair, like you wouldn't be judging this guy fairly. You just wouldn't. So why would I want Aaron Glenn to why would I want Aaron Glenn to fail? Right? This is his first head coaching job, and he's going to be judged accordingly. No matter what the salary cap look like, no matter what's going on with the team. I don't want that for that man. On a 3rd and 8. All right, so here we go. Aiden O'Connell. He throws it, and that pass is caught by Jacoby Myers and Ugo Amadi. Man, my goodness. My goodness. I mean, that Ugo Amadi, my goodness. Man. This man giving me Fred Thomas flashbacks. This man give me Fred Thomas flashbacks. Like Usama Young flashbacks right there. I'm saying, man, that man is awful. Like, I understand that you kind of short-handed, but come on, man. Like, where's Rico Payton? Like, where's Shamar Jean Charles or something? Like, you ain't about to tell me these dudes can't do what better than what Ugo are doing. Ugo Amadi is out there like getting work. I mean, absolutely work. And he's been getting work every single week. Like, come on, man. Like this is a time where you see what these young guys can do. You're putting Ugo Amadi out there getting absolutely roasted and toasted every week. This is pathetic. The defense is the worst in the league. My dog TJ, I like him, but I don't want Aaron Glenn as our coach. Feel like we need an offensive-minded coach. Yep. But, I mean, Mickey Loomis going to do what Mickey Loomis does. We already know that. I know that. You know that. He going to do what he wants to do, right? He wants to look like the smartest person in the room. And I don't know, man. Ugo Amadi, but back to what I was saying originally, Ugo Amadi is terrible. He's terrible, man. Like, no, like I respect the effort and the hustle, but he ain't it, bro. And that should have been an interception right there. And I mean, Demario Davis had an opportunity right there on a 3rd and 5. Man, they got to get these dudes off the field. Like, this sad right here. I mean, no penetration. Like, I don't know, man. I definitely understand why they ain't blitzing this man more consistently. Like, they giving him opportunities like to kind of go through his progressions and read the defense. Like, come on, man. You got to put some pressure on this dude. All right. So they kind of conceding that they probably going to go for it. Yeah, you probably going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to kick a field goal. I mean, I can understand. I can understand. Slow reaction. Yeah. Peyton left because of Loomis. I don't care what anybody says. Man, I don't know. I don't know if he left because of Loomis or not, but all I know is this team is awful. And he got that. All right, so you got a 6-point lead. You got to be able to get some points on the board, man. Up here losing, I don't know, man. TJ, I normally wouldn't ask you to scroll back, but I want you to see my DA question. Can you copy and paste it for me, Josh? Can you copy and paste it for me? Say LL Payton was just sick of being here. Yeah, probably. You know what I'm saying? It probably was. He probably was. Man, I've heard some things about Sean Payton won certain players, and you had Jeff Ireland and Mickey Loomis won others, and you know, it was just something like that. Like, I think there was one time in particular where I think Sean Payton wanted the Saints to draft Jonathan Taylor, and instead I want to say they went after someone else. I don't know if it was Caesar. I don't know if it was Cesar Ruiz or it was some other player. I'm not too sure. But it's been times where he wanted certain players, and Ireland and Loomis wanted somebody completely different. And maybe that was the straw that broke the camel's back. It's hard to watch this team play ball, man. Oh my God. Yeah, pretty bad, man. Why y'all don't want Juwan Johnson back? Because he's not good, Jerry. Because he's not good. Like, we wasting everybody's time, man. Like, he looking like something today, but when the last time he looked like something? Like, I don't know, man. It's just one of those situations where a player is being talked up more than his play is. Like, man, Juwan Johnson, he gonna do something today. It's more so like us believing in this dude versus him actually giving us something to believe in, if that makes sense, Jerry. Like, everybody just waiting on him to be consistent and do something, and he ain't done nothing. Like, you can get better tight end play from somebody other than him. And that's the frustrating thing about it with me, man. Like, dude ain't it. Dude ain't it, man. Like, out there, I mean, you got people. He more active. He more active on TikTok with his wife and kids. And God bless him, man. I understand the story and the journey he's been through than he is on the field. And ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Going somewhere with your wife, that's cool. That's pretty dope. But at the end of the day, man, like, dude ain't doing it for me, man. He just not. Like, I feel like you can get something better than that. Hold on one second. You got Packy up here trying to get his blocks out my office. All them blocks in. He comes up here, puts all these blocks, these little Jenga blocks all over the floor. So they on my dresser. So he I guess he wants to play with his blocks. I need to search for more. Okay, maybe they're in another room. No, they're right here. All right, yeah, you can move that out of the way. Just put that on the floor, right down there. There you go. All right, now you can do that. All right, play action for Spencer Rattler goes down the field, and that is, and it looked like incomplete pass. That's the first time he went to Valdez-Scantling all day here. All right, so here we go. You got Valdez-Scantling. I mean, couldn't hold on to it. I mean, look, man, That's why I said, man, hey, Paxton, can you close my office door, please? Okay, thank you. All right, so we got Cedric Wilson in motion. Here's the handoff. This is Jamal Williams. All right, so 2nd and 10. Man, when I tell you that these dudes are not helping out their rookie quarterback at all. This man has given these boys several opportunities to make plays, and they just not making plays. They are just not making plays, man. It's you got to be able to help. You got to be able to help out your young quarterback, especially when he willing and dealing like this. Like his completion percentage should be much better than what it actually is, and that was a dangerous pass right there. That was very dangerous on the 3rd and 2 right there. So that's gonna bring up 4th and 2, and they're gonna probably punt it away. Are they gonna stay on the field? You might as well stay on the field, man. And he was looking at his eyes right there. Got to be. You can't look. You can't look. You can't stare down your receiver like that. Yep. So they elect the punt again. I mean, I don't know. You had a catch. You had a catch by Valdez Scanlon. Dropped the pass, and just I don't know. All right, man. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to like do something defensively, like force a fumble or catch an interception, which they haven't done that in I don't know how long though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Where can I watch the game? I'm in Texas, and the Saints so sorry they not coming on TV. You ain't missing nothing, bro. You ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing, bro. You probably doing yourself a favor not being able to see the game. I don't know where you can see it. Even if it's on TV right now and I'm looking at it, I don't know where you can see the game at. It is pretty bad, bro. Let's see. Jawan been here 6 years and hasn't really produced. And he ain't produced. They ain't no really about it. He hasn't produced. I mean, he hasn't. Sean Payton wanted Lamar Jackson. It wasn't his idea to draft Davenport. I think that was Sean P checked out. Nah, I don't think that's what exactly happened. Let me see if I can actually pull it up. I was talking to an NFL scout around the time when I was actually discussing something. And let me see. Oh, yeah, I would think I was talking about Michael Penix, and he kind of explained to me that it was more of Arthur Blank's idea versus Terry Fontenot's idea. All right, so this is right here. This is what he said to me. All right. It was talking about a conversation, about Sean Payton and the draft process. He said Sean Payton wanted Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor was one guy. He loved the guy. Sean was desperately after Mickey to trade up for wide receiver Henry Ruggs as well. They couldn't make the deal. He said he was at Zach Street's condo during the draft coverage. He said he called me. I told him I would pick Jonathan Taylor in a heartbeat. He's talking to Sean Payton. Sean Payton called him. He said he'll pick Jonathan Taylor in a heartbeat. Said Ireland wanted Ruiz, and Sean Payton wanted Jonathan Taylor. Mickey sided with Ireland, and they picked Cesar Ruiz. So they picked Cesar Ruiz over Jonathan Taylor. Then Sean had a fit for T. Higgins. We spoke about T, and he had a deal in place to move up to a third spot in the second round, but the Bengals drafted him with the top pick in the second round. So the Saints were going to get T. Higgins in the second round. They moved up. They was going to get a deal. Couldn't get it done. All right. He says, I don't talk about it, but one day when it's all said and done, he's gonna write a book about it. He said, "What ifs I know about." He said, "Crazy stuff, but I keep this under wraps since everyone is still in the business." Says Sean Payton knew a lot about top 100 players, but clueless after that. Allen talked to him about one guy in 2 years as a head coach, and that was it. And he said the person that he talked to Dennis Allen about was Will Levis. And the Saints tried to trade up to draft Will Levis, and they just couldn't do it. So there you go right there. All right. So Sean Payton wanted T. Higgins. He wanted Jonathan Taylor. Those were two guys that were on his list. They didn't draft Jonathan Taylor. Instead, they got Cesar Ruiz. So Jordan Love wasn't even on the radar. I mean, because you got to think about it. Jordan Love was the one that we thought that the Saints should have drafted, but they didn't. Instead, they got Cesar Ruiz. So if they wouldn't have got Cesar Ruiz, they would have got Jonathan Taylor. And you had opportunity to get T. Higgins, and you didn't. So could it be a possibility that the New Orleans Saints end up signing T. Higgins in the offseason? I don't think so, but here we go. 3rd and 5. Aiden O'Connell in the gun. 3rd down pass, needs 6 or 7 for 99 yards, man. Looking like another number 12. Time, patience, all that. Man, really good play right there. He looking for a flag, and there is none. All right, so that's going to bring up 4th down. Good coverage right there by the Honey Badger. Best defensive series I done seen in about 2 hours. All right. This show is brought to you by BETUS. Sign up, get up to 150% on your first deposit, up to 125% on your second and third deposit, up to $2,000. Use the promo code YouTube150. Says TJ, I would love your opinion on this. Who should the Saints take with the first and second round picks? With the first pick, I mean, look, you can't go wrong with anybody, right? To me, like you need so much. He almost had it. You need so much help with everything. Like if they was to get interior that boy, I wouldn't be mad at it. If they was to get another offensive line, I wouldn't be mad at it. If they get a wide receiver, I wouldn't be mad at it. They need so much. Like you can draft anything and people still gonna give you the golf clap. Like I keep saying, like because you need so much, But if I could, let's just say, for example, and I don't think this is the case, and I think people just need to stop saying this, but let's just say, for example, for the sake of argument, Shadur Sanders, that performance in the Alamo Bowl was, bad taste in amount of scouts, and he falls in the draft. I think you should draft him. I think you should. Now, people would say, oh, man, look how he played in the Alamo Bowl. But I want people to understand this. Bad games by players that play more consistently and make really good decisions, that's not going to be the deciding factor. It may be your deciding factor, but these guys go through way more analysis and breakdowns and decision-making and investigative stuff than you would ever imagine. Like you looking on the field for about 3 hours about how a guy played and who he threw it to and who he overthrew. These guys have done their homework 3, 4, 5 different times. So I don't think that's going to happen. Like regardless, I think that if the Giants end up getting first pick, they're going to end up drafting them. If the Raiders end up getting the first pick, they're going to draft them. It's just that simple. I don't think that his draft position has changed because of that. But let's just say for the sake of argument that he does fall. I think you need to draft him. If Cam Ward, his draft, let's just say people get him upset. Oh, he didn't show mental toughness. He quit on his team. He didn't play in the second half. And he moves down the draft board. I say draft him. Other than that, I mean, it is a free fall for me. Like, you can get anything. Like, just don't get a punter or a kicker, and we straight. Don't get a punter or a kicker, we straight. We've had several disputes before us, and nobody liked him. We need everything. Yeah, you ain't lying. I say go defense first round, edge or Malachi. Yeah. I mean, Malachi Starks or Mason Graham, I'm not mad at any of those. Simply because it'll be harder to get an instant starter on the defense later in round. Good point. Let's see. Right. Imagine if they judged Penix off his last game. Yep, that's a good point because it was not good. It was not good at all, right? I mean, Michigan was like pressuring him quite often. So, All right, so we back to the game, man. 1st and 10 for the black and gold. You got Rattler under center, play action, tries to throw the ball, and that is off the fingertips of Adam Prentice. All right, so it brings up 2nd and 10. So it seems like right now it's like they have kind of ramped up the pressure on Spencer Rattler. But yet again, here's another drop pass, by another player. I mean, they're definitely not helping this man out. I mean, his stat line say 13 or 20, but I say at least 3 or 4 passes these wide receivers could have caught. All right, so here we go. They get the pressure. All right, he throws it, tries to sling it down the field. That one is caught. That's fumble. All right, so that's another drop by Clyde Edwards-Helaire on a 3rd and 10. So I don't know if y'all keeping count, but that's 5 drops by these wide receivers and running backs collectively. All right, so they try to get pressure on him. Wilson, he escapes the pocket. Yeah, that was just a good play. And lucky for them that that he didn't have sole possession. So it's 3rd and 10. I mean, you got to be able to help your guy out now, and they get pressure on him and he's sacked. And that's just an offensive line that's not used to being, a cohesive unit right there. I mean, basically, dude came about his free of salvation on that play. And now it's 4th and 19. Man, can we just please get this season over with? Man, it's been a minute. Like, man, it's been an hour. It's been a couple of days since I seen the Saints this bad. I ain't seen this team this bad in so long. Right? Imagine if they judge Penny. I think I already read that. Says we would have destroyed Love's confidence if he have come here. I don't think so. I don't think it would have, because I think if Jordan Love would have came to the Saints, I think Sean Payton would have still been a coach. I think he would have still been. I think he still would have been a coach. Not helping Rattler at all, TJ, at all, man. Who else eyes bleeding? Jeez. Williams missed the block. I mean, it wasn't just him. Like Shane Lemieux, and I don't know who playing left guard today. I assume Nick Saldiveri. Is he playing left guard today, or is it Landon Young? I don't know, but regardless, I mean, it's no better. It's no better. Marcus Colston, we need you. Bucks are going to win, and if the Falcons lose tonight, they have to depend on the Saints to beat Tampa next Sunday. Oh, how the tables have turned. All I know is, and that's what I'm looking forward to, all I need tonight, and y'all they can call me the biggest hater. Yes, I am. I want the Falcons to lose tonight. If the Falcons lose tonight, I am going to be the happiest man on the face of God's green earth. I'm telling y'all, if the Falcons lose, to know that their playoff chances rest in the hands of the Saints. Like, and if I'm the Saints, I'm talking about I'm going for it on 4th and 19. I'm running the ball on 4th and 19 and on the shadow of my own goalpost. I'm kicking 70-yard field goals. I'm doing all type of trickery. All right. I'm doing all type of trickery. All right. I'm testing everything out. I'm talking about I'm putting Isaiah Foskey in that running back. I'm trying to do everything I can to win this football game. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I win. I'm trying to leave a statement. That is what I need. So Atlanta, they know, like they gotta know. They have got to know if they lose tonight. If they lose tonight, people, they gotta believe that they season over. They gotta believe that they season over. It is do or die for Atlanta. Man, I would like to see Spencer Rattler with some talent, some wide receivers that can actually catch. That's what I would like to see. But back to the game, ain't no Connell in the gun. You got Tucker in motion. Here's a handoff to Emil Abdullah. Every time he runs, he gets like 5 yards before contact. Let me see how many yards he's averaging this game. Emil Abdullah got 18 carries for 108 yards and 6-yard average. Now keep in mind, folks, that Emil Abdullah and the Raiders are one of the worst running teams in football. And yet the Saints got these boys averaging 5 yards a clip. As we can see on the screen, this is a career high. This man going over 100 yards. Just absolutely pathetic by this defense. Sad. I don't care how bad you are. I don't care how bad you are as a defense. Like this is just sad right here. You letting the dude that's, man, basically they special teams guy. He just started like really getting the rock. And you're allowing this dude to go out here and go for 100 yards and 6-yard average. And I don't think they got it. I think it's 4th down. But it don't matter though, because they're gonna go for it. Oh, they're gonna give it to him? Okay. Man, these boys ought to be ashamed of themselves. Man, if they ought to be ashamed of themselves, man. Look, even if you was to lose this game, the way that they getting dominated by an inept football team like this, like look at this. Man, it's an incomplete pass. I'm saying, man, Brian Brzee is he's a much better pass rush than he is as a run stopper. That's just what it is. And like I said, that's the reason why he can't be on the field. So to me, what I would do is, I promise you, man, I put that dude on the outside. Why next year somebody, if they have another coach, they probably going to use them on the inside and out. Man. Reminder, when you couldn't say a bad word about Mickey Loomis to the Saints fans without maybe ending up in a fist fight, it's amazing what exposing someone will do to change perceptions. That's true. That's true, man. You know, I mean, these boys can't stop the run. And the fact that they can't stop the run, they gotta bring guys inside the box in order to stop the run. And you have these cornerbacks and safeties that can't cover with a bed sheet. Let's see. I ain't even watching the game, and I know Derek Carr on the sideline being a fake motivator. Well, I'm telling you, man, this game is not on Spencer Rattler, man. Like Spencer Rattler is, I can say maybe like one or two passes. I can be like, man, that was that dangerous interception that Splain almost caught, and also that pass that was a little bit too high for Juwan Johnson. Other than that, man, like if the ball in your hands as a receiver, you got to catch it, man. But I mean, what do you expect from a bunch of guys that, practice squad guys that undrafted, unproven? Like, what can you do, man? And the crazy thing about all this, speaking of Brock Bowers, like the Saints would have drafted him if the Raiders didn't. They already went on record and said that. So Brock Bowers would have been playing for the Saints. I mean, there's no harm, no foul. I mean, Tallahassee Fuaga is really good, and so is this guy right here. So, I mean, Brock Bowers is out there working these boys. He's the best player on the team, best receiver, go-to guy, and they still can't stop him. Man, these boys is garbage. This is garbage, man. Yep, they're gonna bring him to the fourth quarter. I mean, you don't even need to take a snap. So at best, they're gonna get away with 3 points, and it's gonna be a 2-score game. They letting O'Connell shred them up. Yeah, I mean they getting absolutely no pressure on these dudes. They getting absolutely no pressure on these dudes. They're getting absolutely no pressure on them. This is sad, man. Like this is rock bottom right here. Like this is when like it's just time to blow this joint up, man. It is time to blow this up. It is time. It is time to blow this thing up. Why do I subject myself to this every weekend? Because you're a fan. You're a fan. But I'm telling you, man, they need a change. They need a change. That's what they need. Like they need they need a different culture, man. Like this is bad, man. This is bad. Said Mike T laughing at the organization. I don't blame him. I mean, can you blame him? Can you blame him for laughing? I can't. Let's see. Jerry, don't mute me. TJ, we need to let AK go. We owe it to him to let him play for a team that has a chance of winning a title while he still has a couple of prime years left. Well, that's not what he wanted, Josh. That's not what he wanted. He wanted to come back. And, he was lobbying for a new contract. He was excited. And I honestly believe that Alvin Kamara wants to be in New Orleans. I don't like he doesn't like I think he wants to win, but it don't really strike me. He doesn't strike me as a guy that's like, okay, let me go somewhere and feel like a champion. Like this guy is already like very confident within himself. And he wants to be here. Like I said, I mean, he wanted to get a deal done with the Saints, and they got a deal done with him. To me, I mean, the guy wants to retire as a Saint. Plain and simple. So there's no need to do that. Yeah. I have nothing to do today. It ain't nothing to do. All right. Still watching the game. We got the fourth quarter left. Yeah, got the fourth quarter of the game left. Yeah. Got the fourth quarter of the game. All right. So it's 2nd and 6. Here's a handoff to Amir Abdullah. And he gets a few yards on the play. Yeah, Amir Abdullah. He's the running back for the Raiders.
I've never seen a Raider before.
Yeah, and they ain't much to watch either. Neither of the Saints this season, son. They're not very good.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know, right? But anyway, I mean, the Saints are down 16-10, fourth quarter. We got the Raiders threatening on a 3rd and 3. Let's see if the New Orleans Saints can stop the Raiders from getting into the end zone again. I mean, the red zone defense, I mean, look at that time of possession. 30 minutes to the Saints 14. And it's because your defense can't get off the field. All right, so here we go. Aiden O'Connell in the gun. Guy trips and is incomplete. So that's going to bring up another field goal. And that's going to probably push them up to a 2-possession lead on the New Orleans Saints. All right, so he trips right there. And luckily,
The football ball.
and luckily that wasn't a pick. Normally, plays like that, you'll probably see the Honey Badger getting a pick on a play. All right, so here we go. Matt Carlson again. Matt Carlson, you think he's going to make the field goal? 25-yard attempt. You think he's going to make it?
Let's find out.
Okay, let's find out. Let's find out if he's going to make this field goal.
I mean, he's not.
You don't think so? Okay, let's see. Snap, placement, kick on the way. And it's good. He made it. All right, so that's going to add on 3 points. All right, the Raiders 19, the Saints 10. All right. All right, so as we see a graphic on the screen for the legendary Greg Gumbel. Greg Gumbel has been around sports for a very long time. NCAA tournament, calling NFL games. Man is a bona fide legend, man. An absolute legend. And he will be missed. Rest in peace to the legendary Greg Gumbel. But anyway, man, this show is brought to you by BETUS. You can sign up today, get up to 150% on your first deposit, up to 125% on your second and third deposit, up to $2,000. Use the promo code YouTube150. All right. All right. So what does that say, Pac? What does it say? Read that.
TJ. Son likes what game?
Yeah.
I like basketball.
Oh, you like basketball? Okay.
I like every sport.
He likes every sport. Yeah, he plays.
But I play 100 in sports.
You play 100 in sports. You play what sports do you play? You play soccer?
Soccer?
Yeah, and you're gonna play what? Football, flag football in a couple weeks.
And actually I play football too.
Yeah, you play football too. And what do you do every Tuesday and Thursday? Karate. Yeah.
Well, tennis. I do tennis. Last time I did daddy.
When did you do tennis?
When so far.
Okay. So far, okay. We got to work on the tennis. I don't remember that.
And then once we got our energy, we need to run in place, walk in place, and my favorite part is
what?
March in place.
March in place. Well, that's what the Saints been doing all game, marching in place. All right, so we got something from DeWine. What's it say?
We always lose the time of
possession.
Yeah,
so we always losing the time of possession. You know what time of possession means? That means how long you have the football. So the Saints haven't had the football very long.
Football teams are great, but everybody of the fans must go on.
Yeah.
Is everyone have a sport race?
Yeah. I mean, everybody here because they love the Saints. You know, the Saints aren't loving us back, but all right.
Tell the Saints what's yours.
All right, so let's read this one from Miss Leah. What she says.
I love his voice.
LOL. Say thank you. She says she likes your voice.
Thank you.
All right, so it says TJ's son, go watch Cobra Kai, little bro. It's great. I think you will like it. I think we may have watched that before. We're
what?
Yeah.
Serious?
Cobra Kai. That's on Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, can we watch it right
now? Hey, don't tip me with a good time. You know the way this game going. Says I would keep Eric McCoy, Talese Fuaga, and Trevor Penning, move him to guard, and try to replace everyone else. If we can get Will Campbell, that'll be awesome. Yeah, I agree.
Oh no.
All right. Let's see. What's that say?
It looks like Josh Allen.
MVP.
Oh.
And who's your favorite team? Buffalo what?
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills, and that's their quarterback right there, man. Yeah, his favorite team is the Buffalo Bills.
And what's yours?
Well, unfortunately, as this year is the Saints.
This is
we got a root for them, good or bad.
good or bad.
Yeah, no matter if they're doing good or bad.
Welcome to the Saints of the Saints Now podcast. Welcome back to Daddy Saints the Show.
All right, yeah. They don't. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Okay.
and the show.
And also, thank you for making our super guest is our 11th. It's Sunday the 29th. Raining today, but it will be stop morning when yesterday. And don't forget to please like and subscribe and hit the like channel when you see Daddy's episode. Go right now.
Yeah, go right now and subscribe. That's right, man.
And don't forget what we always said.
Who that?
Who that?
That's right. All right, Pack. It's 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 for the Saints. They're in the shotgun.
Wow.
All right, look like they about to bring some pressure onto Spencer Rattler. Let's see what they can do here. Let's see what they're gonna do. Okay, Rattler got time. Steps up in the pocket, tosses it, throws it, and no, he does not get the first down.
So no football for this guy.
Yeah, okay. No football. Okay, he didn't get the first down.
Oh,
Dante Pennis.
Pettis.
Yeah, he didn't get the first down, but I think the Saints are going to go ahead and they're going to go for it.
Wow. Saints going to win after your shirt behind us. And don't forget, it's
best Rattler looked all season. I agree, man. This has been the best he looked.
Oh, he's a gorilla.
On the 4th and 2, he scrambles, he tries to fight, and yeah, he got the first down. There you go.
But he did a tackle. So that was a tackle.
All right.
Wait.
The toughness of Spencer Rattler scrambling to try to get those 2 yards, keeping the play alive. All right, man. What I don't know who threw that block.
So what's the best part about yours? What's your best part about sports?
What's the best part about sports?
Yes. No, not you.
Okay.
Them.
Okay. We're gonna see. Paxton wants to know what's the best part about sports.
One of you said you want to play basketball. One of you must say soccer. One of you must say tennis, and one of you says karate.
Okay.
And one of you says tennis too.
Okay.
Okay.
You gotta wait for them to respond. They're gonna type what they feel like their favorite sport is. Well, and why. So we gotta wait for that.
Mommy's favorite sport is basketball. The sport she plays on 26.
Okay.
She's 20 on August the 26th.
Okay, so Brit says
volleyball.
Volleyball. Okay.
Do you like volleyball the best?
Okay, he's scrambling, throws it, caught.
Yeah.
All right, and it's probably gonna come back because every positive play that the Saints have that breaks down always ends in holding.
Okay.
So why wouldn't it? Why not?
Okay.
All right, so here we go. We got Rattler scrambling, throws it, caught. Cedric Wilson making somebody miss.
So
every single time a good play.
If someone likes basketball, if someone likes sports, they gonna have to get some sports balls. My favorite thing, I have a football. Mm-hmm. Does everyone want to play football?
Does anybody want to play football? Well, I'm pretty sure people watching this game right now, Paxton, they probably feel like they can play better than what we're seeing on the TV. On the TV, they probably feel like they can play better than what they're seeing. Let's see, football. Hopefully, our team sees another Super Bowl before you graduate high school.
Who lives in?
They said before you graduate high school. How old are you?
5.
5. You're 5. So yeah.
So I'm almost going to turn 6, guys.
Yeah.
Do you know what's your best part about New Year?
What's the best part about New Year?
No, not me. Them.
Okay. All right, you got to tell them. What's the best part about New Year's?
What's the best part about New Year's? Oh, I know.
And that's pick though.
Let's see.
Hold on. Another pick.
Oh.
Man, my goodness, man.
Another. Okay.
Unbelievable, man.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yes, unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yes,
this
yes, yes, yes.
this is completely unbelievable.
The
How
Raiders.
bad this football team is. My goodness, man. My goodness. High ball by Rattler is picked off. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The ball was way too high.
Yes.
Balls go over Cedric Wilson's head and his tip and picked off. And that's gonna be pretty much the game right there, man.
And we also know these. If you have any sports, it's if everyone has sports, play with your kids. If someone has a kid,
I said, homeboy can't do nothing but laugh. I don't blame you, bro. I can't do nothing but laugh either. What a joke.
What is it?
The Saints ain't winning no more this season, man.
Okay, no more football.
I ain't gonna lie, hit his hands, man. But still, it's my goodness, man.
Tiffany Key says,
I'm done with this team at all, and game over for our team. Yeah. Oh, you only got one game left in the season, man. That's the last game. I mean, after today, there's only one more game left. Aiden O'Connell looking for the kill shot down the field, and that is incomplete. All right, that's incomplete.
Incomplete? What's incomplete? Everyone knows?
That mean when they don't catch the pass. That mean when the pass isn't caught.
Oh, I like those headphones.
Yeah, well, thank you, son.
So, is everyone who has a sport favorite?
Well, some people say they like volleyball. Some people said that they like football. Some people say basketball. Right? So that's quite a few sports right there.
So when I was a baby, I played the little games.
What game did you play?
Me, I was little, so I played Beach Sandy Zoo.
Okay.
So I had to dig up to find the treasure.
Oh, okay.
That's the game I was searching for.
Okay, so you had to find the treasure. Okay, so yes. That boy DJ says he likes football. That's his favorite sport.
I never see that boy DJ.
Let's see. I ain't gonna lie. He said he hit his hands. Yeah, but man, my goodness. Aiden O'Connell looking, scrambling. I just can't believe. I just can't believe how much time. I just can't believe how much time they just giving this dude in his pocket, man. He just shredding these boys up. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable how much time this man has right now. Daddy. All right, but Pat, it was great, man. But Daddy got to go ahead and finish up, okay? All right. We'll be back in a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the best co-host in the business, as y'all see, my boy Pack. I didn't even really have to say anything. That's the future right there. When he get old enough, when I can't do shows, he'll be able to stand in. Somebody said I miss a Debo. Not gonna lie, man. Anything better than what we seeing out here, man. And it's just hard. It's just hard to even. I don't know. It's sad. And the thing about it is, they getting work. They're getting work. Like they getting absolutely worked out here. Like it ain't even like okay, man. The Raiders just found a way to win. Like they dominating. Like they dominating these boys out here. This is sad. And I can tell you right. Yeah, this about to be a touchdown. You got pressure. Yep. Unbelievable. It's sad, bro. Absolutely pathetic right here. You can see that cover. You knew a touchdown was coming. Man, shout out to your son TJ. This team has been cooked. Yeah, that's probably the best part of this podcast right here. With Paxton coming up in here. Not the future cornerback at all. Rattler have to work on accuracy and touch with the ball. Terrible interception. Yeah, man. I mean, this is sad, bro. Wait. Well, well, at least I said I said they was gonna have a block punt. Yep. Darren Rizzi, if anybody talking about Darren Rizzi keeping a job, this game pretty much killed that right there. Darren Rizzi is not the future head coach of this football team. You can't be out here getting slapped around by the Raiders. But I can't look. The Saints brought this on themselves once again. Looking at Spencer Rattler, young, inexperienced, not really ready for prime time. They wanted to feed Derek Carr's ego, so they didn't want anybody up in there that can possibly threaten him. Look at his record. I want to say, as a starter for the Saints, he's 14-13. So somebody hit the nail on the head and said that, Derek Carr isn't good enough to get you where you need to be, but he's good enough to keep you out of getting a quarterback that can dethrone him. And the New Orleans Saints, once again, they seen what happened last year. Didn't want to get a respected backup quarterback that can probably keep you afloat in case Derek Carr go out. Instead, they tried to find young, inexperienced guys that wouldn't threat or mess with the ego of Derek Carr. Then Derek Carr gets hurt. Derek Carr can't play. Now you have two inexperienced guys that need a lot of work. So to me, they brought this on themselves, man, trying to appease a Derek Carr. You could have went out here and spent a little money and got yourself a decent quarterback, a backup quarterback. You could have got a Tyrod Taylor. You could have got, one of these other guys, a Jacoby Brissett. You could have got one of these guys. And saying Clint got, Joe Flacco. You could have got one of those guys. And as far as like Clint Kubiak, man, like, man, I can't even put this on no Clint Kubiak. What does he have to work with? What does he have to work with? That's what I want to know. Like, what does he have to work with? But at the same time, if you wanted to see the Saints lose and get better draft positioning and stuff like that, then it's not gonna happen today. But if the Raiders can find a way to win next week, and maybe a couple of other teams, go out there and win some games, then. But this is just sad right here, man. This is just sad. They're just sad. Boys out here getting cooked by the Raiders. And I ain't trying to hear nothing about no defense, man. Them some usual suspects out there getting cooked. Yeah, what what Dennis Allen said, JaQuincy JaQuincy McKinstry. Shoot, Jaquin, you can't be called Kool-Aid getting cooked like this all day, man. Man, go ahead and throw that ball down the field and throw it deep, man. You might as well. Sack. Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. Put homie back in the oven. He ain't ready yet. I'm sorry, Spencer, man. But hopefully you can come back out here, maybe show something different next year. This dude is not. He is not ready for this moment. Same same issues, man. And now you're gonna try to. Yep. Yep. Now it's confidence shot. Yep. Man, let that man. They should have kept him in the game, let him run a couple more plays. He probably could have broke it. And that's almost picked. Yep. Yeah, it's confidence shot now. It's confidence shot now. Now he's trying to make a play. Now he's trying to make something happen. But like I said, who he gonna throw it to, man? Look like who is he who is he who is the guy that he gonna go through, man? Who he gonna go to? Man, you go ahead and put Jake Hayden in the game now. That man confidence is gone. Shot. I don't even know what to say at this point, man. What a trash football team, man. Garbage. Man, I promise, like for real, man. Well, at least we know Washington got to keep winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, blow it up. Let's start over from scratch. I'm okay with being down a couple of years until we get back to prominence. Me too. I'm just at a loss, man. Like, I mean, these dudes out here, man. These are okay. These are guys that are on your football team that you have relied on to make plays consistently in big moments in big games. I see Granderson out there. I see Matthew out there. I see Willie Gay out there. I see like it's you're seeing dudes that look at that. McKinstry on the ground again, missed the tackle. P1, like these are dudes that you drafted first, second round picks out there just getting work. Like what a disaster. Like what an absolute cluster. You know what this team is. Like this is sad, man. Sad looking at this. No heart. Let Aiden O'Connell go out here and carve you up. Look at that. Aiden O'Connell out there carving you up. And you're gonna lose next week. So you're about to be 5-12. 5-12, man. You're gonna lose next week. Yeah, I mean, there ain't no doubt about that. If you're not losing, if you're not gonna lose, you should lose. What are you playing? Like, you're like, this is pathetic, man. I mean, this is like pure domination. Like you getting dominated by one of the worst teams in football. Man, put your hand down. You put in hand. You ain't doing nothing but get worked all game. Put your hand down. Put your hands down. The Saints need some new management. They need some they need, man, they just need a complete overhaul. Like a complete overhaul of talent, decision makers up top. Like they just need it all, man. They just need it all. Yeah. Yeah, man. Just they just need a running clock. Like they just get this pathetic excuse of a team out of here. This is ridiculous. Get them out of here, man. Awful. Like he almost dropped that. No sense of urgency or nothing like that. Just basically got in fetal position. We quit. Sack. Mm-mm. Boys up here making fun, making fun of these boys. Like Shannon Sharp said, send help. Top 10 draft pick, here we come. Well, I mean, this ain't gonna change their position anyway. It's not gonna change their position. They still gonna be at 10. This is not gonna change the position that they're in right now. This is not gonna change their position. Let me see, because you got hmm, only only for him to advance it. The Saints have lost to every team in the AFC West. They lost to the Chargers. They about to lose to the Raiders. They lost to the Chiefs, and they lost to the Broncos. So every team in the AFC West they have lost to. Like I said, this don't change their position at all. Let me see, because New England lost. You got Tennessee. Let me. This doesn't change. This is not going to change their position at all. So you out here just getting beat to sleep for absolutely. Okay, well, Giants. They look like they about to beat the Colts. So that's 42-33. Then you got let me see, the Panthers getting beat to sleep by the Buccaneers 48-14. The Jaguars look like they about to beat they beat the Titans 20-13. So with that, that puts the Jaguars at 4-12, but still, you know, So you would probably need another. You'll need another loss by the Jaguars to possibly move up. Yeah. So you would need the Jets, Panthers to win against Atlanta next week. Even with that, I think that you're on a little bit of a tiebreaker there because you beat some teams they didn't. I mean, even though the Raiders, they're at 4-12, they still ain't gonna change. They probably move to maybe from 5 to 6. And then on top of that, the sad thing about it is like, in order for you to get some type of big explosive play, it had to be like some type of trickeration behind it. Like it had to be some type of trick play. Like the big play that Alvin Kamara caught one hand, across the goal line. That was a trick play. Today they did a trick play to Foster Moreau. Like caught the Raiders like lost. Boys out here getting embarrassed. Man, embarrassing these boys. Like what an absolute joke right now. This team is an absolute joke. Somebody says, "Can we forfeit the final game, Saints?" I've seen enough. This team organization needs a new everything. Dick Underhill says this is embarrassing as hell for the defense. Man, this is just awful. So Jalen Ford getting carted off the field. I mean, just basically like, okay, you've been getting kicked in the behind all season long. Then all of a sudden, like now they just give you a little light jab in the shin. What a disaster of a season. What a disaster. Yeah, they are a bad football team, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this team needs a complete culture change, man. They need a culture change badly. They need a culture change badly. Like I told you, people was talking about, man, Rizzy, man, we need to keep Rizzy. Like I like let this thing play out because you got some fire and some fury, so a little something different than what you're used to, and then all of a sudden it's like, now it's reality. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay, man, this guy's been, the coach for a minute. Let's see what's happening. As we can see, things stay exactly the same. The Raiders went into the locker room, made the adjustment, put more pressure on Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler was making connections with his wide receivers all first half. Second half, they make the adjustments, and the Saints can't make their adjustments. It's the same old song and dance. Big plays. You get a big play, get positive yards, only for it to go back and be negated by holding penalties, illegal formation, illegal shifts, undisciplined football at its finest. This is what bad football teams do. This is what bad football teams do. And the Saints are a bad football team, plain and simple. They are a bad football team. And we don't want to admit it. We want to feel like, oh, man, this happened in bad luck. This team is not a good football team. You ain't winning nothing with this. You ain't winning. You ain't winning nothing with this. You ain't winning nothing with trying to keep the same status quo. You ain't gonna win nothing trying to move the furniture around, like trying to keep the Sean Payton type culture, the Sean Payton type mind frame within the organization. You need somebody with a different type of philosophy. Like this is awful right here, man. You can't blame anybody but those people upstairs. You can't do nothing but blame these folk upstairs, man. Too much buddy stuff going on. We are family. We close. We're a family. We like family. Can't really have tough conversations with guys, knowing these dudes whiffing on draft picks, knowing that they making bad decisions. but we supposed to like be okay with it because they brought a Super Bowl back in 2009. Okay, buddy. My goodness, how many more minutes left? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Man, go and put Jake Hayden in the game. They might well just put Jake in. Like I said earlier, TJ, this is what happens when you draft poorly. Yep. All right, so let's see. They leave Rattler out here. Tip, almost pick. And now we got a flag on the play. So was this a mercy flag? Was it supposed to be a roughing a pass or something? Again, mercy. Yep. Give him a give him a mercy flag. Let's see if they let's see if we can help Vegas out real quick. Man, the boys out here giving mercy flag. Man, just run the clock. Good jump right there. I mean, just no rapport, nothing like that. Like, dude, just run their routes and stop. Like he telling you to go up the field. How about break? Like you see your quarterback under the rest. How about breaking off your route, running towards your like what are we doing, man? I mean, this is. I mean, you say Rattler shell shock. I mean, hey man. I mean, look, if you can't perform well against the Raiders, I mean, 17 or 30. Like I said, lack of adjustments right here. Lack of adjustments. Like a really good, solid first half of game plan, only for you to not be able to make adjustments in the second half. Like Clint Kubiak, that's his calling card. That's what he is. He can't make second half adjustments. He throws the ball down the field. That one is caught. That's by Dante Pettis. I don't even, like I said, I don't even know how to like evaluate this. I don't even know how to evaluate this. Like I see some good, like I don't know. But I do know that Spencer Rattler needs to work on his accuracy. Look at it. Now they trying to do this. Dude, you do better just trying to throw that and just chunk that thing out of bounds. just nailed the ball at this point. It's been a while. The lack of adjustment is real, that they are not studying film enough to recognize tendencies. Pettis doesn't start on Ohio State. No wins under his belt. His confidence is shot. I hope he can recover. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty bleak when you can't perform well against the Raiders, man. I mean, in some cases, I can honestly say I can honestly say like his wide receivers didn't help him out at all today. A lot of drops. Guys can't come up corral the football, but at the same time, I'm just like I said, it's just it's kind of hard to say. Kind of hard to say, man. The Saints just need something different, man. TJ, does Carr start next year? I wouldn't. I wouldn't start him. I wouldn't start him. I'd get rid of him. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would get rid of him. I would get rid of him and I'll start Rattler in 2025. And if Rattler goes out there and he performs better, good. If he goes out there and he stinks the joint out and the Saints like looking like they have this season, guess what? Then you get yourself the quarterback of the future. Mm-mm. I don't know. I would still keep Spencer Rattler. I know that sounds crazy to some people, but I still would keep him. I still would keep him. I still would keep Spencer Rattler. I would cut my losses with Derek Carr. All right, because let's stop kidding ourselves here. Like this is the problem, man. The Saints organization wants fans to live in this land of delusion, like we don't see what the heck is in front of us. Get rid of this dude and suck. Like it's like this is what people need to understand. We all right. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Like if we're being bad for the simple fact of getting better, cool. I mean, man got lit up. I mean, cool. Like if we stinking it up like this. Game so trash, I'm yawning. Man, that should have and that could have been looked at as a fumble. Man's out here building up their confidence. Dudes out here catching them hospital balls, man. Man's out here trying to go after these hospital balls they throwing out here. This is just awful, man. Man just nodding his head like, man, this is that man, everybody watching this game on TV, everybody in the stands just nodding their head. Just these boys 0-8 on. Wow. 0-8 prior to this point. Look, this is these boy. Spencer Rattler got to work on his accuracy, man. Of course. I mean, I already know what's gonna happen. I see some of y'all already putting it up on the screen. So my thing is like, um, I mean, just bruh, we gonna get ready to go over the Bleacher Report. We can talk about this nonsense that we just watched. I'm gonna go ahead and put that link down in there, and I'm pretty sure this gonna be the interception everybody talking about. Yep, there it is. Yeah, I think it's safe. I think it's safe to say that you know, yeah, they need. I like Spencer Rattler, but this right here, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it. I like Rattler, but that ain't it, bro. That ain't it, my dude. That ain't it. I still think that you probably can help him out a little bit. Maybe get a coach up in here that can kind of help him put some talent around him. Be able to maybe you can I don't know, get yards out of the catch or something like that. But yeah, yeah, man. Said car smiling up a storm on the sideline. I don't know why. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like the 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 situation that the Saints put themselves in is because of him. Man, we gonna head over to Bleacher Report. I put the links out inside the comments. Come on over. Let's talk about this nonsense. Then we'll be back for the post game. Man, I ain't about to be sitting up here wasting everybody's evening. This was just absolutely pathetic from start to finish. I mean, just a sorry performance by a bad football team. Show powered by BetUS. Sign up today. Get up to 150% on your first deposit, up to 125% on your second and third deposit, up to $2,000. Use the promo code YouTube150. All right. Till next time, all I got to say is, who that?